Hi, my name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be dyeing some terry cloth to make soap towel pouches. Let's get into it. If you followed along in the journey so far, you know that I've already done this one time where I dyed white fabric blue. Now what I'm trying to achieve here is just different shades of color. I don't necessarily have a specific color that I'm trying to achieve, which makes this process much more fun because I'm not trying to match something specifically. My goal is to have as many different color pouches as possible. The soap towel pouches, you put little remnant pieces of soap bar in it, so the different colors could either represent different family members in a hotel like on a vacation, or it could represent in your own shower, maybe shampoo, conditioner, body wash, different types of soap product. And they're machine washable. There's no clasp, it's just a fold over pouch, and it has this elastic so you can hook it on the tub spout. I'll have a link down to my Etsy shop if you want to purchase some. Here is the dye that I'm using. Here are the towels. So I'm not going to do the green, I'm only going to do the pink and the gray. And I'm hoping the pink turns like a dark red, and then the gray I'm hoping will turn like burgundy. I don't know, we will see. I have them serged on all four sides. They've been pre-washed. Right now they're still connected together. So what I need to do is do about half of the gray, half of the pinks. Okay, the pinks have been sorted in half as well as the grays, and I am going to leave them attached. Last time I had them individual. I think this will be easier having them connected so they won't separate apart. I'm using the same bucket as before. If you remember, I marked the gallons of water. So this is 1 gallon water, or sorry, 2 gallons of water, 3 gallons of water, 4 or 5. So the fabric needs to be wet. I'm gonna go ahead and load the fabric in with just regular water, stir it all around, make sure it's wet before we add the boiling water, and I have the water boiling right now. So it looks like we definitely need like 4, maybe 5 gallons of water, and I'm going to do the whole container of dye. The water is just about boiling. That one's boiled. Shut that off. This one's almost boiling. We've got an empty bucket. We've got our wet rags here, and according to the instructions, I'm gonna go ahead and add the hot water in here. I'm gonna pour the dye in, stir it around, and then add the fabric in and stir for 30 minutes. This is both pots in with soap. You're supposed to add some dish soap, and we are about at 2, maybe 2.5 gallons of water, so I have more water boiling, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the dye in. We're gonna go whole bottle. We're gonna see what happens. Cherry red, whole bottle, stir, and then we're gonna add the fabric. I've added the dye. Now it's time to stir. It's so steamy. Okay, let's try to gently add the fabric. Set this right here. Oop. Gently, gently, gently. Gently. And I'm not wearing gloves. I like to live life dangerously. Oh my god. If it all ends up the same color, this is gonna be a fail. Oh no. Okay, let me stir this for a bit. I've added the extra water into our bloodbath mix here, and I'm just stirring. I've got a 15-minute timer set. I'm just gonna stir, stir, stir. Then I'm gonna put the lid on it and let it sit for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll move on to the next step, which I believe is rinsing it out. I've been stirring for 10 minutes. Now I'm just gonna let it roast for 5. I just noticed that there's a difference between the one I bought before and the one I bought now. This one says synthetic, so this is polyester, nylon, acrylic, and then this one is all-purpose cotton, wool, nylon, plus more. I wonder if that makes a difference. And this was 7 ounces and this is 8. 5 minutes has passed. Let's see what we got stewing here. I'm gonna give it a couple more stirs. Then we're gonna gently pour it out. That's why I've started in the sink, so I can pour it straight into the sink, down the drain. And then I need to use soap and water until the water runs clear. So I need to go get some gloves to do this. And then once the water runs clear, then you're supposed to wash in the washing machine. So let me get this water poured out. Rinsing in cool water. So the water just runs clear. Water's starting to look a little more clear, still going. I'm just still using the same spoon to not touch. But look, I see 2 different colors. I think it worked. I'm doing a very fancy motion here. Let me show you. I've got my gloves on, and I'm just like lifting, pushing, lifting, pushing. I'm kind of kneading the fabric here. Push, knead, push. I drew them a nice soapy, warm bath. So these guys are gonna go for a little wash. It's still dripping a little, but not that much. So now I'm just gonna scrub a dub, try and get them as clean as possible, as non-leaking dye as possible. I don't want to get dye in the washing machine, so I'm just gonna give them a good scrub. I've been stirring, but I can't even see the water because there's so many bubbles. Look how many bubbles I've pulled out. So I'm just going up and down. I want to see the water. They're very heavy. Well, obviously because they're towels and they're holding a lot of moisture. I think we need to pour and then get some fresh water. Let's see how bad it is. Yeah, that was pretty red. Oh, and when I poured the initial bucket, I had the water running to help the dye like get out of the sink. Okay, I'm gonna just keep massaging that soap, but I'm trying to also not keep the dye in the sink. It needs to go down so that the sink doesn't change colors. I don't think it would because it's stainless steel, but don't want to risk it. So these guys are going back in the bucket. Water. We'll get this water to go down and we'll keep rinsing and repeating. We're so close, almost there. See how the water is almost clear? We're gonna rinse a little bit more. I've done this like 3 or 4 times now. We're almost there. This water is quite clear. Watch when I let it run. Almost crystal clear. I'm gonna let this sit in the bucket for a little bit. And we are gonna just wait a little bit, make sure like we've got all of the dye. And then I'm gonna wait like maybe 20 minutes or so and then do this scrub rinse, and then I think we'll be ready to go in the washing machine. These guys sat for about an hour, and then I went ahead and dumped out the water that was already sitting from them just leaking out. And then I rinsed them again for another 3 minutes or so. And now it's finally like very little, if any, color coming out. So I feel comfortable now putting it in the wash. I do wish I would have bought, you guys told me in another video, color catcher, I believe it's called. So you're supposed to throw these in a wash with the old towel. So I finally feel like there's, look, like barely any dye is coming out of them. And I'm so excited. There's 2 different colors. So let's go ahead and put these in the washer and dryer and see how they turned out. In case you're wondering, I love the bucket method. These are all dried off. I keep the empty containers so that I know what I use next time. My markings are still visibly clear. The red didn't even dye like the blue did. So that was very interesting. And just in case you're wondering, the sink has no damage. I love the bucket method. Also, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the pots because I did not put any of the dye inside the pots. These are only used to boil hot water. All right, how does it look? They look pretty good to me. Here was our sacrifice towel. Looks like things just kind of like, what is the word? Like little peelies, but it doesn't, I don't know. I think it's pretty good. It's actually pretty dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in the dryer, and then we will cut it apart and make them into little pouches. fresh out of the dryer. Here's what we got. I can see two different colors. We got like a red and a burgundy. Let me go ahead and get these cut apart from each other, lay them flat, and we'll take a look. Here's all 8 of the colors that I have. There's gray, white, burgundy, green, light pink, dark pink, light blue, and dark blue. 210 towel pouches. These are the ones that I had previously already made. Like I said, the dark blue, light blue, and then I already had pink and white. Then here are all the new ones. There's the green and then the gray. This is the original pink. This is the pink that was dyed red, and then this is the gray that was dyed red. So I need to turn these all right side out. Let me show you quickly how I make this. So you have your rectangle of fabric, which is terry cloth is what I'm using, then serged on all 4 sides. I use 5 inches of elastic and clip it, and then fold, sew, which creates this pocket. And I also put my label in there, and then you turn and poke the corners out with chopstick, and there is your little soap towel pouch. And you can put like bar soap at a hotel, or you could put little remnant pieces. That is how it works. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.